Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra, Jai Jinendra. Sorry, I'm in a...
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Yes, Jai Jinendra, dear.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra,
Jai
Jai
Jinendra,
Jinendra.
Sukh Sata, ma'am.
Yes,
You
yes,
are- you
Guru.
are- I like your
Guru.
dress, ma'am. Very nice.
Like my dress? Yes, even I like. Thank you. Just got delayed because a new servant, so I had to just spend some time with her. Yeah. Otherwise, I believe in punctuality, but I'm never punctual. Yes. How are you all doing? Day after tomorrow is Kartik Purnima. And in India time, day after tomorrow. Tomorrow is Chaturdashi. Today is Trayodashi. And the day after tomorrow is Kartik Purnima. And it is believed to be a more auspicious day than Deepavali. Why? Because Deepavali marks the nirvana of one Tirthankar, Bhagwan Mahavir. Whereas Kartik Purnima marks the nirvana of many Aryan Bhagwan. Many Jeev have become Siddha on that day. One is Chaitra Purnima and one is Kartik Purnima. So these 2 days you should do Dharma Aradhana, be in Dharma Dhyan, do Upvas, do Pratikraman, do Swadhyay, do Maun. You know? So try to light the lamp within, apply all the Jainism that you have learned. Okay, first thing. Second thing, I would like to give you a great tip today for preparing to do Upvas. Okay, so we all need fat cutters. There was one article that there are trillions of cells in the body. These trillions of cells keep multiplying. And one thing about these cells is they can grow 50 times bigger in size. Supposing they have to be 1 inch, 1 centimeter in diameter, they can grow up to 50 centimeters in diameter. That is when we become fat. So now we have to cut the fat. When you have the fat cells, you will have all the diseased cells. These fat cells only will become the diseased cells. They draw out all your immunity, energy to retain themselves in the body. And then you have to keep feeding them and all those kind of things happen. So that is a parigraha that we all have. And we all believe in aparigraha. So aparigraha at the spiritual level, at the mental level, at the physical level, at the social level, this is the need of the hour. So unless and until you have the, the fat burning in your body, it will not lead up to the nirjara of karmas. That is why all Tirthankars took to Upvas, took to Tapasya. And a tap is like that fire in which all the toxins will melt of Atma, of Kashai, and of the body. Okay. So for that, I would like to give you a tip. At the spiritual level, apply Parmagam. At the mental level, apply Krambad Paryay. And at the physical level, have 1 spoon of jeera, cumin seeds. Morning, evening, if you can have, half spoon you have, or 1 spoon you can have. No side effects. Tremendous detoxification, cleansing, constipation, everything will get cleared. That will help you to boost up your immunity also, cut down all the unnecessary fat, and then you can, and then previous day, next day, do some, fruit diet, salad diet, and that's all. Your upvas will be flawless. You won't even know that today is upvas. Is it clear, dear? Everybody, do you all value this tip? Will you all try?
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Raw jeera,
ma'am.
ma'am. The raw jeera, ma'am.
Yes, raw jeera. And Guru Bhagwans, they can't take the raw jeera, means they can just fry a little and you can keep it so that you can give it to them also to take.
Should you soak them overnight or just eat as it is?
You can have jeera water also soaked overnight. You can have like this, any form you take. Any form you take. You will have tremendous gut healing. Aapka gut,
Right.
holistic gut healing will happen.
Thank
है
you,
ना,
ma'am.
आंसर देने वाला gut healing will happen. है ना, जैसे कहते हैं ना, पेट साफ तो सब रोग माफ. That you will experience. Okay, dear.
Every
Thank
day,
you.
every day.
Every day you have no side effect. And once in a way you can skip for 1 week.
Okay.
Once in a way you skip, you take for 20 days, skip for 1 week. Then
Yes.
again take no side effect, no jeera, and you should have jeera, ajwain,
Fenugreek.
hing, methi, compulsory in your diet every day.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, this is our pharmacy. In our kitchen only is our pharmacy.
Okay.
Otherwise, BP, sugar, cholesterol, all are knocking at your door. Bolo.
Empty stomach, ma'am. Without
Empty stomach you take before sleeping. You in
morning.
evening you take. Anytime you take.
Okay.
One
Okay.
spoon you take. 1 teaspoon. Don't take 1 big tablespoon.
Illa, illa.
1 teaspoon
One
is enough.
small.
Don't say Priya ma'am told I'll take 1 tablespoon. No.
No,
Teaspoon-
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Teaspoon is enough.
Ma'am,
Okay.
it's Jeera, Ajwain, and what is the third one, ma'am?
Methi.
Hing, peringayam.
Okay.
Peringayam, Vendiyam, Pavaka, then your pumpkin. All this should be, all these are highly alkaline. Okay. When you have an alkaline body, it will take you on the trip to your upvas, varshita, whatever you want, you can do with your body. And don't have a sedentary lifestyle. Be physically active, mentally alert, spiritually detached.
Okay.
Be physically active. And be industrious like an ant. Don't sit even for a minute. When you sit for long hours, the tissues there, they become weak. Keep changing your position. But when you do samayik, 48 minutes practice stillness. Otherwise, be physically active. And when you're doing your samayik, try to do Kai Gupti, Bachan Gupti, Man Gupti. Practice being the Gyayak Bhav. Physically, mentally, verbally, do nothing. What is coming in your thoughts, according to Krambat, they are coming. Just know them, just see them. Practice being a knower, seer, observer. Because that is what we are. Okay, dear?
Okay.
Chalo. Yeah, so I'll try to close the meeting today by 9:45 because I lost my perima, so I have to go there. Today is our 13th day. So if you all know Karuna International, Shri Duli Chandji Jain, his wife, he was my peripa. He's no more, but very nice death on Diwali day. After all the puja, everything was over at home.
Oh,
She was just relaxing and they were all, before that 1 hour, 2 hours, they did all the samoshar and puja. They did all the chanting with her grandchildren, everybody. So she was very happy that day. And then in her daughter-in-law's arms, she just passed away. She was in her daughter, she just slept on her daughter-in-law's lap. And then she was telling that I'm just feeling a little uneasy. Then the daughter-in-law just took her near her. And then she started snoring. And then they said, what, at this hour you have gone to sleep? And then after 2 minutes, you see that snore was nothing but passing away of that jeev. And she just collapsed. It was such a nice, and she had cancer. She had a lot of health issues. She had a lot of attachment also. She was very short-tempered. She had a lot of issues. So all the family members were worrying that how she is going to give up all this and go. But when she passed away, it was just like that. Right? So death, no, it will come to our house. Sometimes it will come silently without informing. And sometimes it will come with a lot of band baja barat. It will bring all the diseases, all the issues and all the mental anxiety. And then we go. Adu venda nambalukku. Yes or no?
yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, same thing happened to my mama Diwali ke 3 days before. He went for walk. He's on dialysis from 10 months, but he's very very active, goes to the dialysis on his own, comes back home. He walked for 1.5 hours on the beach, came back home. He was sitting and talking to his daughter. He sent one of his daughter to Jodhpur. She was leaving for Jodhpur to meet the Guru Bhagwant, and he wished him a good, happy journey. He was sitting and talking. He fell down, and I think over. And there in the hospital, he snored. And I think, as you say, now I understand that was his last, no, the passing of the Jeev. But it was very, difficult to accept, because everybody who knows him is so attached to him, because he's always smiling, always with high positive spirits. But yes, applying whatever we've learned for it, but it took time. It was not easy. It took time because all of us are so attached. My mom is so attached to him, so it was very difficult for mom to accept. But applying whatever we've learned, it is difficult to apply, but at the end I could. So it makes a lot of difference now after joining Parmagam.
Yeah, that is the fact of life. We all have a date with death, but how we are going to meet it, that is all the preparation. That is examination. Meeting death, that day you're going to pass or fail, is an examination. Examination comes once in a year. This examination will come once in a lifetime, but it's a very important examination. That is why in Jainism, death is celebrated. Mrityu Mahotsav, Maha Utsav. The celebration. Oh, today I'm going to leave this body and I want to leave it with being in full consciousness. Will I be able to do Bhed Vigyan at that time? Will I be able to be with myself at that time? All my life, I have never been with that myself. Now at least be with yourself and get Samyak Darshan Gyan Charita. That can be the game changer altogether. Clear? Okay. Chalo, very good. So today the prayer meeting, 1 hour, we'll be having the jap. We'll be doing the prayer, all the stavan and remembering the values of life. And I'll be talking about the Gyayak Bhav. So I have a very beautiful bhajan. Do you all want to listen to that? Huh? Do you
Yes,
all want to listen to
Yes,
that? Shall I sing? Shall I sing?
Yes, ma'am.
Shobha madam, this is a bhajan that Ritu used to sing in our trip. Okay, shall we sing it? If you know it, you can also join me. Shall I send that script on the group? You all will look at it. I will just take it to my other group. I have it over there. Wait, I have to go to another. It will take a minute. I'll just come.
Is it in this book, ma'am?
Which book, ma?
This, I'm showing the book.
You all can see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Chalo. Can somebody spotlight me? Yeah, I know it by heart. So you all also try to learn one bhajan a month or one bhajan a week. You should by heart. What I do when I by heart these bhajans, and when I'm traveling, no, I'll sing off 3, 4, 5 kilometers. I travel every day. So on the way, I do all my bhajan and stuti and all those things. I don't want to waste even that 1 minute. Maybe I cannot concentrate on what I'm singing, but in my subconscious mind that keeps resonating. Okay, chal. आत्म चिंतन का ये समय आया. All of you sing. आत्म चिंतन का ये समय आया, पाके नर भव क्या खोया क्या पाया, आत्म चिंतन का ये समय आया. हम जिसे ज्ञान ज्ञान कहते हैं, हम जिसे ज्ञान ज्ञान कहते हैं, मन तो इंद्रियों में है भर माया, मन तो इंद्रियों में है भर माया, पाके नर भव क्या खोया क्या पाया, आत्म चिंतन का ये समय आया. देखो परिया तो है क्षण भंग. I'm singing only once, okay? फिर भी परियायों में तो इतराया, पाके नर भव क्या खोया क्या पाया, आत्म चिंतन का ये समय आया. तो टंकोत कीर्ण ज्ञायक है, बस यही तू समझ नहीं पाया, पाके नर भव क्या खोया क्या पाया, आत्म चिंतन का ये समय आया. Now the last stanza is for people or at the time on the deathbed. What we have to say ourselves. एक पल निज में अब ठहर जाओ, एक पल निज में अब ठहर जाओ, बस यही आखिरी समय आया, पाके नर भव क्या खोया क्या पाया, आत्म चिंतन का ये समय आया. That's it, friends. Let us
Thank you,
all
ma'am.
learn to live in our Atma before we die. Let us learn to die before the body dies. Let us learn to die means die to the kashai, die to yoga, die to mithyatva, die to karma, come to the consciousness, die to the world. Okay, death, what the world calls death is actually living at the time of death. That is Sarlekhana. That will only crush all your kashai and karma. When you live in your Atma, that will crush the kashai. So Sarlekhana means there are two meanings. Samyak lekhan, samyak prakar se Atma ko dekhna. And the other one is Samyak prakar se lekha means crushing the karman sharir, not the physical body. It gets crushed. But actually the purpose is to crush the karman sharir. The more and more you are spiritually aligned, the karmic sharir gets crushed. Crushed means destroyed. Without that, we are only talking about it. We are not in the process of it. Okay, dear.
Okay,
That's
ma'am.
it for today. That's it for today. Now we'll come to our class. You all have to do your Gandhar and all that. And now I actually wanted to start this book. You all have this book, Anekantvad Syadvad, and that Param Bhav Prakashak Nay Chakra book, that thick book they have sent on.
Ma'am,
Lord
we
Chaitanya.
only have this one.
The last chapter of that book is this. The last chapter of that book is this. Okay, so you have to, those who don't have a hard copy, please take the soft copy. I request somebody to put the soft copy on the group. Okay, dear. Chal.
Okay.
And I have to do a few questions of Krambad Paryay. I request you all to take page number 88 or so. Some important points we'll be discussing over there. And those who can access the Friday evening YouTube lecture of this class also can access. I'll be repeating those things in English over here. Maybe many things will be left out, many new things will be added. I never prepare any lecture, I only read the notes and everything I talk extempore. So I have a Hindi book with me. So I'm able to my mind is able to process the things, and just whatever flows out because of your nimit, it comes to you. Okay, but I stick to the book and other references that I have to give in relation to that, which will help you to understand these concepts, that I do it by Guru Kripa. So here we have done a few questions up to 10, I think. We did this Bhujyaman Ayu, Badhyaman Ayu, all that we finished. And now they are taking up one question that this premature death, Akal Mrityu. Then he says that there is no thing as Akal. Everything happens in Swakal only. When, what, where, how it is has to happen, then that there in that way only it will happen. Jo jo jab jab jaise jaise hona hai, wo tab tab वैसे वैसे ही होता है. So everything happens in according to क्रमबद्ध, नियमित क्रमबद्ध, निश्चित क्रमबद्ध. पर्याय में जो होना होता है वो होता है. So be fearless. When you are anxious, why this happened, why, that is only fear. That mental activity which is not at peace with itself and it is anxious about something, about the past or future, that only is called as bhaya mohaniya karma. Moh hai, agyan hai, moh hai. So the more gyan you have, this moha will get diluted. And one day, finally, the mohaniya karma will be gone. So you see how the understanding of Krambad Paryay will help you to overcome the mohaniya karma, the Jnanavarniya karma, then all these anxiety disorders. So at the spiritual level, at the psychological level, you are empowering yourself. Right? Okay. So here they say, now they are talking about two things. Page number 86. Akal Naya and Kal Naya. So they say, 86 में है, कहाँ पर है वो अकाल नय काल नय, it will come आगे. 96, it is on 96, but I'll be flipping on these pages. You don't try to read those pages. I'm covering from 87, 89 onwards. Okay, and it will go up to 115. So around 20 pages, 30 pages, we'll try to brush up. And then this book will be over. And this is the second part of the book that we are doing. First part is the explanation on Krambad Paryay. Second part is through 20 question and answers, we try to understand Krambad. And then there are two annexures in this book. One annexure is an interview with Kanji Swami of Hukamchandji Bharat on this topic. That has been printed over here. And second is the views of scholars on this book. I don't know if it is there in the English book, but in the Hindi book it is there. So you should read those views, what they feel about this book, the reviews. So that will give you an idea about what the scholars opine about this concept, and how Kanji Swami and Hukam Chandi Bharil have looked into this concept. So from that interview only, Bharil Sahib got the inspiration to write this book. So what a stalwart he is, and he's written books and books and books on each and every topic related to Jainism. It's a tragedy that people have these sectarian bias and they don't read this literature. It's a very, very big tragedy. Tragedy not for one person, the entire Jain Samaj as such. We are not able to rise above our sectarian bias and our preconceived ideas and notions, and come to understand the real philosophy of Bhagwan Mahavir. Okay, so now you have to write down a few things. Kramvarti Paryay, Akramvarti Gun. I have not given this, no. We have not discussed this, no, Saurabh sir. Very important. It is on page number 92, first line. Akramvarti Gun and Kramvarti Paryay. Now, what does it mean? Kram means order. One after the other is called Kram. We all stand in a queue, one after the other. Okay. So one after the other, we go in the line or whatever. Like that, all the Paryay come one after the other. There is a Nishchit Kram. Like how 1 to 100 people are standing. So number 10 is number 10. He cannot be number 20. And if you have to go from 10 to 20, you have to go through 11, 12 in an order. So likewise, all the Paryay, childhood, youthhood, old age, and all these Paryay of the body, Pudgal. Likewise, Gyan ki Paryay. In my Gyan, 1 minute pehle the bhajan was coming. Next minute this is coming. Next minute this is coming. So all these Paryay come in an order. But the characteristics, the gun, those gun are also called as Shakti. They are also called as Dharma. When there are dual things, we call it Dharma. When there are universal things, we call them as gun. Like sugar, sweetness, and whiteness. These are the gun. But the sugar in one box today, in a teacup tomorrow, Paryay. So when the sugar from the box, it comes to the teacup, it comes with all its gun. And in this gun, there is no Kram. They are all existing, coexisting in great harmony in the substance eternally. Understood? Likewise, Atma is a reservoir. It is a museum. It is a sangrahalaya of infinite properties and gun. And these gun keep manifesting. One Anant gun are manifesting in the Atma every minute, but in a Nishchit Kram. See, I'll give another example. The ocean is there, the waves are there. The ocean is full of water. The wave is also nothing but a bundle of water. Okay, now the water has infinite properties. Coolness, hydrogen, oxygen, and other scientists can tell me many, many more things about the water molecules. So all the qualities of the water molecules are existing in the water, existing in the wave. But then when those qualities come in the form of the wave, they come in a Nishchit order. Right? So Atma is a Jnana Samudra in which there are infinite properties, Ananta Shaktiya. And Amrit Chandra Acharya has listed out 47 Shaktis. Go and listen to some videos on 47 Shaktis. They are about you, they are about us, they are about ourselves. So when you understand the Atma through these 47 Shaktis, how these Shaktis are dancing in the Atma, all the 47 are operating simultaneously in the Atma, but their operation can be measured through the Paryay that come in an order. So one day, so now in our Gyan, this Bhajan ka Gyan, then this Krambad ka Gyan, that Parya is coming. And one day from our soul only, the Keval Gyan Parya is going to come, in which all the 47 Shaktis would have manifested. Understood? That is why Arhathood is a celebration.
A question here, ma'am.
Huh.
Who would, or is there a decision making in that process of achieving that Keval Gyan that you're talking about, when we are moving from one stage to the other in the Paryay?
What decision? Yeah, great decision making is involved. I
Would
am
it be the
Trikali-
Jiva?
I am the Trikali Dhruv Dravya. Such a Dravya, pure soul I am. I'm a reservoir, I'm a house of infinite properties. When you meditate on it, when you contemplate on it, it manifests. Until then, it remains in a kya bole, dormant state.
Okay.
Okay. That dormant state is called as the Kundalini. The serpent is coiled and sitting. And only the Kashaya Atma is operating. The Gyan Atma, the Darshan Atma, the Keval Gyan Atma is all coiled up here. That we have to awaken. And if you take the Tantra tradition, they will say it is all coiled up in your Mooladhara chakra. You have to awaken it to reach to the Sahasrara chakra. So when you reach over the 1,000 petal lotus will come out. So all this you can read in Gyanarna.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
In this book Gyanarna and other parallel books related. So a lot of literature on this. Okay. So
thank you.
tremendous decision making is involved. That decision only will trigger the dharma purushartha, the actual ratnatraya in us. That is only real purushartha. That is only real purushartha. The world may call these material activities ke liye purushartha, but that spiritual purushartha is only real purushartha, which will beget you eternal happiness. And that is why they say that ek samay ki kamai anant kal tak khayega. Like for example, you get a lottery of 1 million rupees. It is for one samay, but how long can you enjoy that 1 million rupees? For full lifetime, no? Like that lifetime of the soul, you enjoy these infinite properties.
Right. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. Nice question. So tremendous decision making is involved, and all our 5 years of study is to come to that decision making.
Right, ma'am.
Okay. Chalo. एक मिनट मैं नौकारसी को मैंने पोरसी का पचकान किया इसलिए थोड़ा विलंब होगा. Okay. So now you have to learn every object is eternal and non-eternal at the same time. From the gun point of view, it is eternal. But from the Paryay point of view, it is ever changing. So that Paryay is ever changing is called as becoming. And that gun, the Atma is a bundle of gunas. So that is the being. So Vedanta said that being is real. Aham Brahmasmi, everything else is Maya. Everything else is an illusion. And Buddhism said that only becoming, change is real. There is no permanent reality. But Jainism said, Parinami Nitya. Amidst change, it is permanent. Amidst permanence, there is change. That is the complex reality. And you need the tool of Anekantvad for that. Understood? So here they are talking about and if you don't apply Anekantvad, you take one-sided view, that is Mithya Gyan Darshan Charitra. Just by understanding the complex reality, not applying the Anekantvad and other tools of logic, you one-sided, you conclude Krambad Paryay, that will also lead to Mithyat. Right? It should lead to, see, I'll tell you 4 things. Understanding of Atma, if you want, you can write down. Understanding of Gyayak Bhav, understanding of Keval Gyan, and Krambad Paryay. They all 4 understanding will be corrected when you apply the Krambad Paryay correctly. Keval Gyan, Atma ka nirnay, Gyayak Bhav ka nirnay or experience, and Krambad Paryay. all the four, each one is inclusive of all the four. When you say Atma, you have to understand the Atma in which there are akramvarti gun and kramvarti parya. Now, by giving such a complex definition, okay, simple, Gyayak Bhav, you're a knower and seer. What you're knowing and seeing, you're an eternal knower. That is your gun. But what you're knowing every minute, that parya is different. So don't be anxious about Keval Gyan. It will come in its own sweet time. You come to the Gyayak Bhav. The Gyayak Bhav is the factory from which the Keval Gyan parya is going to come. If you're worried about the parya, then you don't know Krambad parya. Krambad parya is to make you detached with all the parya and settle with the Trikali Dhruv Dravya, the Gyayak that you are. But how this Gyayak Bhavno, this our Atmano is always anxious to know more, to do more, to learn more. It has never ever visited its own pure self. Simply being a knower and seer. And being a knower and seer is Charitra Mohaniya Karma. But knowing that even when I'm not practicing being a knower and seer, I am that only. I'm not the doer of giving this lecture and all that. You understand? Even when I'm lecturing, I'm not lecturing. I am a knower and seer. Even when I'm eating, I'm not eating. I'm a knower and seer. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm not sleeping. I'm a knower and seer. That concept should keep dancing in our Gyan. Then that Gyan becomes Vishuddha, 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 Vishuddha. And that Gyan only will become one day Keval Gyan, 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 Gyan. But if you're worried about the gay, I'm doing this, that means you don't know who you are, you don't know what you are, you don't know what Aryan Siddha Bhagwan are. You matlab we. Is it clear, dear friends? Am I loud?
Yes, ma'am. Very clear now.
If I just take one word and give this lecture, I cannot complete the whole book. You have to do it. You have any doubts, you bring it to me, I'll throw light on. I'm there with you till December for this book. Because next week I'm going to start this book. Again, we are going to learn these concepts in a different way. And at the University of Madras, we teach 11 tools of logic. Among those 11, these are 2 of the 11. So understand that beautiful that logic is. And I'll tell you my humble contention that if you matlab anybody, whether he's a Muni or a Shravak, he's a Jain or a non-Jain, if he doesn't have logic, Nyay, Gyan, Mimamsa, he does not know what actually Gyan is, he is not going to get Ratnatra. How much ever Kriya he may do, how much ever Muni Pana he may have, Shravak Pana he may have, Vrat, Tap, Niyam, Upvas, Daya, Dan, Poshad, everything he may have in his life. But if he doesn't know this basic thing, applying the tools of logic, he or she or we are not fit for Moksha Marga. We are definitely going to go back to Nibbana. You understand, dear? So from now on, all your papers will be more on Dravyanu Yoga. Karananu Yoga, Karma theory, you have to learn. 148 divisions, all of you learn and come. It should be on your fingertips. The Karma theory, how they are bound and how they are released. Full Karma theory. If you want, I'll take a alag se class for that. In January month, we can have one class on Karma theory. Maybe 1, 2, 3 classes we can have. Okay. So I'll help you to memorize the 148 divisions and how we are binding them and how we are. And I'm going to not take just from the Jain text, but I'm going to take from Bandha Tattva and tell you about each and every Prakriti of Karma. How they are bound and how they can be released with the help of the understanding of the pures. That exercise we can do in the month of January if you all want. If you all want a break,
Thank you.
Also okay for a break.
Please,
Cool.
ma'am, we want.
Please,
we want it, ma'am.
Okay. So, yeah. So, Karnanu Yoga we will learn. Then Charananu Yoga, all the practices. For that, we will be learning Purushartha Siddhyupai next year. It's a beautiful, beautiful text in Sanskrit. So all of you learn some basic Sanskrit and come, so that we read that book in Sanskrit and and enjoy reading that book in Sanskrit. So basic Sanskrit grammar, go to YouTube and learn some sandhi and some words, pronunciation. So I'll be teaching in Sanskrit. Like how Dravya Sangra I can teach you through Prakrit, and Purusharth Siddhyupai through Sanskrit. Then Samaysar and all we will do through Prakrit, the Gatha learning. So all of you learn Prakrit, learn Sanskrit, and try to go to the original text, and you will really enjoy it. You will really enjoy it. Okay, chalo, coming back. So now to get Keval Gyan, to get Ratnatraya, we should have the Dravya Drishti. Dravya Drishti matlab guna. Oh, I am a reservoir of Ananta Gun. These paryai don't belong to me. All the Vibhav paryai, you have to not focus on the Vibhav paryai. Vibhav paryai means not the actual Swabhav paryai. Like for example, you have a diamond that has fallen in the kachra, gutter. The diamond is dirty with that, all that, what do you call that, swamp. The diamond is dirty. That dirtiness is the Vibhav paryai. But at that time also, the diamond is having all the qualities of the diamond intact. That is the Swabhav paryai. So likewise, in moksha, the Swabhav paryai of the Jiva has manifested. And in the material realm, it is in an unmanifested level, potentially, but every moment that paryai is manifesting. But the complete Vishuddha paryai is unmanifested. That we have to manifest. Okay, but when the Swabhav paryai, every moment Gyan ki paryai is also happening, more Ragdvesh paryai is also happening. Karma Kashai paryai is also happening. We have to apply our Gyan and separate both. Gyan paryai is different, more Ragdvesh paryai is different. Body ki paryai is different. Karma ka uday ki paryai is different. All the four are happening in the same dravya at the same time. Same dravya means person. We are one person, but there are four personalities inside us. One is of the body, one is of the dravya karma, one is of the bhava karma, and one is of the pure gyan swabhav. I had to. What is that? ले वो छोड़ दो इधर से ले एक दिन छोड़ के एक दिन कर. हाँ काम हो रहा है ना. चाय चाहिए तो बना ले. चाय चाहिए तो बना ले. Okay, dear. So 4 entities and their paryai are happening. You go with which paryai. That will determine bondage and liberation. So even though more Ragdvesh paryai is happening, you don't attend to it. Karma uday paryai is happening, you don't attend to it. You attend only to your Gyan Swabhav, Gyayak Bhav. Then you are on the path of liberation. Otherwise, we are on the path of bondage. So these things are written over here. So Kramvarti, Akramvarti, all those things you have to understand. Then here on page number 93, I told about Kal Naya and Akal Naya. So Kal Naya means we have to look at any event happening from the prism of time. And Akal does not mean before time. It means, like for example, when you say Jeev and when you say a Jeev means not Jeev. It does not mean before Jeev or after Jeev. Ajeev, you all know Ajeev, no? Jeev, Ajeev. So Ajeev means in which there is no Jeev. So, but other than Jeev, right? In the same way, Akal means other than Kal. I told you about 5 Samvai, no? So other than Kal, you have to look answers in the other 4 Samvai. It doesn't mean before time things have happened. All things happen in their Swadravya, Swakshetra, Swakal, Swabhav. The whole universe all the dravyas are क्या बोलते हैं अपने अपने स्वद्रव्य क्षेत्र काल भाव में है. But this Atma does not understand the Swabhav and Parbhav. It thinks the Parbhav is my bhav. And I have to do Swabhav, I have to come to Swabhav. No, you are eternally, that Swabhav is intact. You have not recognized it. You have not realized it. So Jainism is not a set of doing. It is a set of realizing. That realization will make you enlightened and arihant and siddha. And you don't realize, and you have that karta buddhi. I have to do. So that is the monster that is killing us and taking us to me. For this, Samay Sir has given us one full chapter, Karta Karma Adhikar, which we will read in our 5th year or 4th year of Paramatma. Otherwise, you can go and visit Samay Sir, listen to lectures on that Karta Karma. मैं ज्ञाता दृष्टा अकर्ता हूं, ये डिसीजन करने के लिए अनंत पुरुषार्थ चाहिए. इसको रियल पुरुषार्थ, it is told in Jains. But what we think, oh, going for yatra, doing tapasya, doing this is पुरुषार्थ, है ना, doing स्वाध्याय ये पुरुषार्थ. ये पुद्गल मिश्रित जीव का पुरुषार्थ. शुद्ध जीव का पुरुषार्थ is remaining a knower and seer and transcending the mind, body and speech. Is it clear? But how are you going to transcend the mind, which is always preoccupied with thinking, do this, do that, ye hona, wo hona. So for that you need this concept of Krambad Parya. That whatever Kevali Bhagwan has seen in his Gyan, when what is to happen, that only will happen. Hey Jeev, become Nishchinta. Those who become Nishchinta, Chinta matlab Chinta ko chhod karke, they can reach the Nirvikar state. They can reach the, they can transcend the Moh Rag Dvesh state. Vikar, kar matlab karya. Vikar matlab vikrit karya. Distorted conditioning. है ना, vikrit karya, vikar. That is Moh Rag Dvesh. So only then you can. So being in Moh Rag Dvesh, being in the keychad of body and karma, you have to look upon yourself as a pure soul, not at the intellectual level, but at the experience level. To go to that experience, you need these concepts. You understand, dear? But if
Yes,
your
ma'am.
purpose is not defined, then you will take this Krambad Paryaya and become lazy. Oh, when Bhagwan says it will happen, then it will happen. Let me now eat, drink, enjoy, make money. Okay, then if you're telling, then Bhagwan is telling that time it will happen. No, now food is there before you. Why do you do the Purusharth of eating? Apply that Krambad and tell, oh, if this food has to go in my mouth, it will go. You don't apply Krambad over there, no. There you have to, no, I have to eat. You're doing the Purusharth of eating over there, no. Like that, you have to do the Purusharth of experiencing the Gyayak Bhav and then leave the rest. When that Gyayak Bhav will manifest, when Keval Gyan will manifest, when Ratnatraya will manifest, then you become Nishchint, then only your Moh will be diluted. Then finally in the last birth, you become Nirvichar. You go beyond the mind state, and that happens from the 7th to the 12th Gunasthan. That spiritual exercise, the perfection of that spiritual activity happens from the 7th to the 12th Gunasthan. And 13th Gunasthan is the fruit of this application. What remains is the Keval Gyan state of the Atma. But how did it all start? Applying these concepts, the Jeev understood its eternal pure potential. It absorbed in it for a minute. Then it came to the 4th Gunasthan. Consistent absorption, it came to the 6th, 7th Gunasthan. And even further deep absorption in it and not coming out of it, it reached the 12th, 13th, 14th Gunasthan and beyond state. So simple, no? So simple, no? Jainism is. So simple or not?
Yes, ma'am, but it's the difficulty is to accept it at the experience level.
And Samay Sir Kundukund Acharya says that this experience is happening for Bala, Gopal, all the Jeev all the time. But we don't know that this experience is that experience that we are speaking. Understood? We will
Right,
read
ma'am.
Samay Sir. We will read Samay Sir. Okay. Chalo. Aage. So I don't know. This book is like an ocean, you know. कहीं भी जाओ मोती मिल जाता है. फिर उसमें मैं चली जाती हूँ तो फिर और चीजें रह जाती है. So let me quickly finish. Come to page number 93. Einstein, I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly. Einstein, whatever it is. Mahapurush hai wo. He says events do not happen. They already exist and are seen in the time machine. The future is already, what to say, seen by Tirthankar Bhagwan, Kevli Bhagwan in the time machine. They're able to see. So everything is prefixed, everything is predetermined. So people will ask, oh, everything is predetermined, then what Purusharth? What is the role of Purusharth? What is the role of Purusharth? When what is to happen, it will happen. What is the role of Purusharth? Then you have to look at the 5 subparts. Okay, so I've given you already Swabhav, Purusharth, Kal, Nimit, and Bhavitavyata. This is predetermination. So everything according to predetermination, it happens. Then you don't do anything only, no. Don't do business, don't do eating. If according to your this thing, it happens, it will happen. No. There I have to do everything. I have to take care of children. I have to do business. I have to eat. I have to do this. That means you are having half-baked concept of this Honar. If you really believe in this, then you settle down in your Swabhav, leave everything else. Understood? So now listen to me. A mango seed has the Swabhav to give a mango fruit. A mango seed has the Swabhav. You all understand Swabhav, no dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Malar madam?
Yes, ma'am.
Nature. Now, the mango seed has the nature to yield the mango fruit. Now, don't sow the seed. Don't sow the seed. Will it yield? It will not. So you have to do the Purusharth. You have to sow the seed. Now, I have sown the seed over here. But I'm doing the Purusharth over here. I've sown the seed on this plot, but I'm putting water, I'm putting all the minerals, fertilizer, whatever it is on this plot. So will this mango, I'm doing the Purusharth. I'm doing the Purusharth. But this mango seed, it will rot and it will die. Right? Because the Purusharth is not happening there. Now, the mango seed has the nature to give the mango fruit. I do the Purusharth also in the right direction. Will I immediately get the fruit? No, time has to come. Now, time also has come. The mango tree has yielded the fruits. But some robber comes and robs those fruits. Then I will say, the Nimitta. I was destined not to get the fruit of this tree. This robber was destined to get it. So I'm deprived of the fruit. In that, this robber is the Nimit. So you understood all the 5 factors are operating or not in growing a seed, in eating a seed, fruit, whatever it is. Now apply this on Atma. From the Swabhav point of view, Atma is a Trikali Dhruv Dravya. But this Atma has never understood itself. It is doing the Purusharth of Shubh and Ashubh Bhav, Shubh Ashubh Kriya. Bhagwan ki bhakti, daya, dan, vrat, puja, ahimsa, himsa. It is doing. Purusharth it is doing. But it has never done the Purusharth of realizing this. How much time has gone? Anant Kal has gone. Did we not get the Nimit of Aryanta Bhagwan, Samosharan? We got it. But we never realized this because we never applied the logic. Then we say it was destined to happen. Okay, now listen. You understand the Swabhav. To understand the Swabhav is real Purusharth. To be in the Swabhav is real Purusharth. You do these two things, Swabhav ke Anukul Purusharth. When what is to happen, it will happen. Krambadha Pariyay. Kal will also come. Nimit also will come. When your Upadan is right. But if your Upadan, understanding the Swabhav Upadan is not right, even how much Kal has gone, how much Nimit has gone, then we say this is Krambadha. So Krambadha is only one slice. But you have to understand the Atma, the Gyan Atma, the Gyayak Bhav, the Keval Gyan Swarup Atma ko samajhne ka Purusharth. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, dear. So that is what meaning of page number 93. Now, 94, they speak of Nisarga Samyak Darshan and Adhigama Samyak Darshan. Nisarga Samyak Darshan is inborn. Adhigam is acquired with the help of others. So all Tirthankar Bhagwan in their previous lives, they get Samyak Darshan with the help of some Nimit. Some Dev Guru Shastra Nimit, external Nimit has to be there. Only then you can understand this Gyayaka. In the next birth of a Tirthankar, they don't need any teacher. It is inborn. So that is called as Nisarga. Nisarga means by birth, by nature. So all Jeev will get Samyak Darshan with the help of some Nimit. So Nimit will help, or Nimit will only be a Nimit. It will only be a catalyst. It won't do anything for you. The doing has to happen in the Jeev only. The realization has to happen in the Jeev with the help of others. So Nimit will not do, and without the Nimit also it won't happen. Nimit se bhi nahi hoga, Nimit ke bina bhi nahi hoga. Hoga apne upadan se. So whenever we get Samyak Darshan, it will be only by, and you all have studied about Nimit Upadan. No, go and read that book again. Trikali Upadan, Kshanik Upadan, Tat Samay ki Yogyata, all those things you have to understand. So now they say, Nisarga Samyak, now you have to understand 5 Labdhi. Write down the names of the 5 Labdhi. Anybody knows? You can tell. Swagat hai aapka. Anybody knows the names of 5 Labdhi? Very, very important. Go and read this book by Ujjwala Shah on Pancha Labdhi. It is translated in Tamil by Bhupalan sir. Please read it. Pancha Labdhi by Ujjwala Shah. There are a lot of videos on it. Go to YouTube and help yourself with 5 Labdhi. 5 Labdhi and Panch Paravartan. Pancha Paravartan, there is a book by Ujjwala Shah and 5 Labdhis. No, she's working on that book right now. Yeah. When I spoke to her last, she told me she's working on that book, Panch Paravartan. And there are a lot of lectures on it. You can help yourself. So what are the names of the 5 Labdhis? Anybody interested in talking to me? Ma'am, I only know Deshna Labdhi.
Write down. Anybody else? Deshna is
Sayukshama
the...
Labdhi, ma'am. First one is Sayukshama Labdhi, Deshna Labdhi, Vishuddha Labdhi, Prayogika Labdhi, then Karan Labdhi.
Very good. Order.
First one is Sayukshama Labdhi, ma'am. Sayukshama. Second is Deshna.
Second is
Vishuddha.
First is Vishuddhi, second is Shayopsham. Or first is Shayopsham, Vishuddhi. Third is Deshna. Fourth is Prayogya. Fifth is Karana Labdhi. See, Prapti ki Prapti is Labdhi. Our Atma is Prapt only, not to us. But, like for example, I lost my diamond ring in the house somewhere. It is Prapt only. But in my Gyan, I lost it.
where I kept it, and I'm worried about it. And then suddenly I remember, oh, yes, I kept it in the kitchen, I kept it in the prayer room. Immediately I got it in my Gyan. So did I get the diamond, or did I realize in my Gyan where that diamond ring was? Like that, Atma is a diamond. It is Prapt only, but in our Gyan, it is not Prapta. Why? Because that Mohaniya karma is overpowering us. So that is the Vishuddhi is not there. Atma is Shuddha, but the Vishuddhi is not there. The diamond is there, but the diamond is covered with all the swamp and all the keychad and all that. Okay? So then, Kshayopshama, your karma has to come under one Koda Kodi Sagrupa, Mohaniya karma. You bind Mohaniya karma up to 70 Koda Kodi Sagrupa. That has to come within one Koda Kodi Sagrupa. So that is the Kshayopshama Labdhi. That much of Kshaya and Upsham of the Mohaniya karma should be there. Then the Vishuddhi of the soul increases. The soul becomes worthy for more and more and more. So then Vishuddhi Labdhi. Then you come to the Samosharan or Kevli Bhagwans or Paramagam classes, and you get the Deshna. The Shuddha Deshna is talking about the Gyayak Bhav. We have never listened to that Deshna in the way it should be listened to, the way it should be realized. We just listened, like we went to the Samosharan, we saw Bhagwan and we liked Bhagwan and we started worshipping Bhagwan. So we did not understand Bhagwan's Deshna. Instead of obeying the teacher, you're simply doing hero worship of the teacher. That is not going to take you far. A child hero worships Sachin, but he doesn't practice what Sachin is practicing. So he remains a fan. He cannot become another cricket player like Sachin or Dhoni or what. He remains a fan. So likewise, we all will remain fans of Vitrag Bhagwan, but we will not become Vitrag ourselves. But his idea is to promote the Vitraghood in us and not to promote his devotion. Because he is a Vitrag, he doesn't want you to worship him. He wants you to become worthy of worship. Understand? He wants you, we, to become worthy. Whenever I say you, we is implied in it. But that we did not understand. Why? Because we got the Deshna, but we did not have the Deshna Labdhi. So we did the Prayog only of giving up Ashubhav and taking to Shubhav. So we did not come to the fifth Karana Labdhi, that is cracking the Samyak Darshan. Our Mithyatva ki Granthi remained intact. Is it clear, friends? 5 Labdhis. So Jinwani tells us that all Jeev, all the, what to say, we have, kya bole? Itar Nigod Jeev, not Nitya Nigod Jeev. Huh? उधर थैला में है, हाँ समेट के रख दिया. So our Jeev has got 4 Labdhis Anant Bar. Anant Bar we have got 4 Labdhis, but we have not entered into the 5th Labdhi because we did not make the right decision of the Gyayak Bhav and experience it and manifest it completely. Understood, dear? The value of these studies, how important they are. Okay, so now come to page number 97, question number 18. If everything is prefixed, we can't do anything. Then what is the role of Purusharth? This is the question for which I gave the answer. Then he says, page number 98. We are not understanding reality and we are anxious of things. That is only Bhaya Mohaniya Karam. And when this fear is there, there will be ignorance, there will be Kashai, there will be Moha. So that Kashai is again Kashai. What is Kashai? Kash, I. Jo Atma ko kas le, Atma ko condition kare. That is Kashai. And now, out of the 25 Kashai, that fear is 1. And we all tell in our Namo Thunam, no, Namo Jinanam, Jiya Bhayanam. That means what? Namothunam no is a very beautiful lesson. It is there in both the traditions. Namaskar to all the qualities of the pure soul, which the Aryans have manifested and Siddhas have manifested. I am yet to manifest. Those qualities are there in me. Tinnanam, Taryanam, Buddha. So one day, if possible, I'll give a lecture on Namothunam and pure soul. Okay, word to word meaning say we will try to do that. So one Namothunam try to give to your pure soul. Then you will see the resultant of it is Namo Jinanam Jiya Bhayan. I bow down to the Jina in me. I have no fear. Bow down means I absorb and I have become fearless. So on page number 98, there is a beautiful poem of Buddhajan. Humko kachu bhay nare jaan liya sansar. I've known all the changing paryay is called sansar. Vibhav paryay, swabhav paryay. And now I have become fearless. When, what, how is to happen, it will happen. I have become nirdhar. Nirdhar means I've got the right determination of things and I've become anxious, anxiety-less, fearless. Then the anand starts. Then the anand, you're giving that anand, that bliss a chance. Okay, so this Namo Jinanam Jiya Bhayanam is not just a fanciful idea. It is grounded in lot of understanding and realization and enlightenment. Okay, it is not an imagination. Okay, now they have given one discussion on Namokar mantra, page number 99. People say I am chanting, one Agyani, how he thinks. Oh, I am chanting Namokar mantra every day. I remember Bhagwan every day. And whenever any calamity strikes me, the Devatas will help me. The Adhishtayak Devatas of Namokar mantra, they will come to my rescue. And all this I've read in many stories in the Shastra, that Abhay Kumar was about to be hanged. He chanted the Namokar mantra. That noose of that hanging thing became a throne. Like that, Sarp ki mala, Sarp became a fool mala. Snakes became a garland of flowers. So like that, I have read all these things. Namokar mantra say all these magic happens in life. Bhaktamar karo, cancer will go off, this will go off, that will go off, chore will not come. In the yuddha, victory will be yours. For all that, I applied the Namokar mantra. Okay, so here they say a Jnani is telling Namokar mantra. What is his opinion? What is his philosophy? So Jnani says, I'm chanting the Namokar mantra, but because of that chanting, I'm not getting peace. That peace doesn't come because of the chanting of Namokar mantra. Okay, and whenever any calamity strikes, no Devi Devta will come and rescue me unless it is there in the Krambadha. Nor am I anxious for that. Rather, the upsarga, the parisha, the calamities, the obstacles, the hindrances, when they come, I have mastered the art of discriminating between the real and the unreal, which my Pancha Parameshti have done. So when these calamities strike me, I will remain being a knower and seer and not get carried away by more ragdvesh and these difficult situations in life. I will be in control of myself. This is what I learned from the Pancha Parameshti, Bhagwan. So you are actually living what you are trying to conquer your lower instincts of fear, of anxiety, and all these things. And you are on the path of being a conqueror yourself. That is the secret of applying Namokar mantra. So you understood what I'm trying to say? Jnani, Agyani, that is all given on page number 99, 100. Aap log wo sab pad lena. Okay. So there's no end to desires. The moment we realize our pure soul, we experience desirelessness. The moment we realize our pure soul, that moment of realization is a moment of complete desirelessness. That has to be consistent. And if that experience is there even for Antar Muhurat, 48 minutes, Keval Gyan will manifest. That practice is called Samaik. That practice is called Poshan. You do it for 48 minutes, we call it Samaik. You do it for 12 or 24 hours, we call it Poshan. You do it for lifelong, it is called Diksha. You do it at the time of death, it is called Sallekha. You go for Tirth Yatra and you do it, that is a real yatra that you have to do inside. Okay. Now what they are telling is, when these calamities strike, write down two things: Manobal and Atmabal. Page number 102. मनोबल नहीं टूटना चाहिए. मनोबल टूटे तो टूटने दो, आत्मबल नहीं टूटना चाहिए. Even when the sun is setting, its rays move upwards. Even when we are on the deathbed, the rays of our Atma, Gyan, Swabhav should be going high and high. Even though you are physically weak, mentally, you have lost control of the five senses and the physical body, all will become feeble. So doing Varshita, doing Upvas is in a way preparing yourself for those adversities that will strike at the time of death. And yet you remain calm. So if you have conquered Rasnendriya, you have conquered all the five Indriyas. But if you have not conquered Rasnendriya, these four Indriyas and the mind will keep bothering you. No Samadhi. Okay, so here they are telling that applying Krambadha, you will become, what to say, anxiety-less. You will have no anxiety to do the material things. So Bharil Sahib is telling on page number 102, that is what you want. Why do you have to have the anxiety to do the material things? Only when the anxiety of doing material things goes, then the spiritual being can be experienced. Okay, so that's the ocean, no? Even though it appears to be very ferocious on the surface, but deep down it is very calm and profound. That is what we say in Sagar Vara Gambhira. Sagar ke saman gambhirta. Until and unless we experience, we cannot experience Ratnatraya. So I have my favorite lesson in Logas Sutra. There we say Arugga Bohi Labham Samahi Varam Uttamam Dintu Chandesu Nimmalaira Aichesu Ayya. It is there in both the traditions. I've seen both the books. Aichesu Ayyam Payasayara Sagar Vara Gambira Siddha Siddhim Mamadis. Arugga. Arugga means what? Not knowing this Gyayak Bhav is the greatest disease, Rog. Knowing it is Arogya. Understanding it is Bodhi, Arugga Bodhi. Experiencing it is Samadhi. Never coming out of it is Siddhi. Okay, Arugga Bohi Labham Samahi Varam Uttamam Dintu. We are telling Aryan Siddha Bhagwan, give me this supreme practice of Arugga Bohi Labham. They are sitting and giving you, but we are not knowing how to take it. And how do we know that we have learned it? How do we know that we have got it in our life? Three ways to check. Chandesu Nimmalaira, Aichesu Ayyam Payasera Sagar. When you experience the coolness of hundreds and hundreds of moons put together inside, when you experience the brightness of millions of suns put together inside, and when you experience that profoundness of the deep, unfathomable ocean, like the ocean outside, then you understand that you are on that path. Okay, dear, understood? Okay, now the 19th question. He says, when everything is Krambad, no, why are you preaching? Hukamchandji Bharil is telling, he assumes that somebody is asking him this question, that okay, when I have to understand, I'll understand. You stop preaching, you stop doing this work. Why are you being the karta of these activities? You go and experience your Gyayak Bhava karta and get Keval Gyan. That is not written there, the last part I have added to. So he says, when everything is Krambadha, and by your explanation, we are not going to understand it. So why are you doing the efforts of explaining to us? Okay. So what he says is, where are we pareshan? We are not pareshan, but we are not able to dive deep into the Gyayak Bhav. So we talk of these concepts to our own self so that we go into it again and again. So we are not preaching to you. We are indirectly preaching to ourselves only. Even Vitaragi, Bhavlingi, Muniraj, they want the Shuddhopayog, but they cannot go into Shuddhopayog. It's an uphill task. So they will come into Shubhopayog, and they will do the pravachan, they'll do the swadhyay, they'll do all the activities. That rag will come. But that rag will get you liberation? No. How much Vitrag Bhava Muni experiences, that is Moksha Marga. And jitna jitna rag hai, utna to unka bhi bandh ka marg. How much realization they have of the Gyayak Bhav, that much they are on the path of liberation. But they understand that this rag is also bandh ka karan, not moksha ka karan. So rag mein atakte nahi hai, isliye bhatakte nahi. Then again they come to the Shuddhopayog. Again they come to Shubhopayog. This happens between 6th and 7th Gunasthan. Shubhopayog mein aaye, again they go to 6th, 7th. Again come to 6th, 7th. Until finally they settle in the Shuddhopayog and take the Shreni and go to the 8th, 9th, 10th and 12th. Understood, dear? Last question.
Yes.
हाँ, आपकी भावना ठीक है, पर कोई न माने आपकी बात, तो आप क्या करोगे? Oh, whatever you're telling is right, but if somebody doesn't understand what you're telling, what will you do? Then Bharil Sahib says, everything is happening according to Krambad. What can I do for anybody? They have their 5 Samvai taking care of them. I'm only a Nimit. I have no Karta Buddhi. So I have no anxiety that this person, why he did not understand. Because of me, this many people understood. I am beyond all these things. Now he quotes Todarmalji and he says, just as a poor man has got a Chintamani Ratna, but he is not making use of it. And another person is a leprosy patient, and we give him nectar, but he is not consuming it. What you can do? So he says, in the same way, this Sugama Moksha Marga, people are not coming on this highway. They want to remain in the narrow lanes of Karma Bandhan and Ekanta Mat and all those things. What can you do? Unke bhali honahar nahi hai. Unka predetermination, bhavitavyata is not good. It is not correct. It is not right. तो हम तो उनके ऊपर दया आती है, करुणा आती है ना? We are only compassionate towards them. We are not intolerant towards them. We are not indifferent to them. We are compassionate towards them. Oh my God, this soul is not able to understand its own pure soul. Okay, so स्वभाव दृष्टि से होने वाले इस पर्यायगत महान सत्य को जानकर, have the स्वभाव दृष्टि, and whatever is happening in the paryay, know that and become peaceful, become calm, get Ratnatraya, come on the path of liberation. With these words, Bharil Sahib ends the question answer section of this book. Am I loud and clear? All good?
Yes.
All of you understood?
Yes.
Yes. Any questions, any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, the class is over. Those who want to do the Gandhar, next week, all of you please get the Naya Chakra book or this book. Whatever, both are same. This is just a slice from that book. So we'll start that book from the next class. And Moksha Prakashak, Sat Tattva Mein Bhool. All of you have to read correctly. And I have not done the 4th chapter. If time permits, I'll do the 4th chapter first. Okay. Yeah. So this is a small book. I'll try to finish in 4 classes. And then the remaining 4 classes, I'll try to cover up the 4th chapter of Moksha Prakashak. Yes, I'm okay. Or can I leave today?
Ma'am, I just want to ask you a question, ma'am. In this chapter where Kanji Swami is answering Baril Saab, there is a question. If you preach like this, people will become idle. When nothing in fact happens by one's doing, why will anybody exert and make efforts?
Question number, page number.
These questions don't have numbers, ma'am. But
Page
in
number.
the English book, it's 132.
You have to tell me the page number here. I don't know.
This is the Kanji Swami's, the questions to Kanji Swami.
I got it. I got it. Page number 111 in Hindi. If you preach like this, people will become lazy.
Yeah.
What is?
Yeah, correct. The answer is, he says, just as there is no perpetuation of life for those bent towards a sentient nature, so there is no such perpetuation for those who accept the truth of sequence-bound modifications. I couldn't understand this sentence, ma'am.
Don't read the English to me. Please, all of you keep yourself muted, dear, for a minute. Very important thing is happening. Please have the basic discipline. See here, he says, if you preach like this, people will become lazy. There's nothing to do. Then what is the role of Purusharth? Page number 111. So he says, in determining the Krambadha Paryay involves tremendous Purusharth. Because without the determination of Krambadha Paryay, the experience or the determination of the Gyayak Bhav cannot happen. That doesn't happen, Ratnatraya does not happen. Ratnatraya does not happen means you don't come on the path of moksha. You remain in the path of sansar, doing all the vibhav purusharth and telling it is the swabhav ka purusharth. Oh, it is my nature to do this. It is my nature to do this, all that. See, I'll simplify this answer. All the Siddha Bhagwan in moksha, what they are doing. Physically, mentally, verbally doing nothing. Why they are not doing anything? Because that is not the nature of the soul. It is not the nature of the soul to do something. The nature of the soul is to just be, living being. Being is the nature. So I am a being. So even though we are knowing beings and living beings, we have reduced ourselves to doing beings. And we think doing, you will get moksha. Doing things, you will get Ratnatraya. So that determination that I am a being and I am only a knower and seer, that Purusharth is real Purusharth. So physically you have to become lazy and idle. Spiritually you have to become highly dynamic and active. That is real Purusharth. So physically become lazy means, becoming lazy means what? See, all the Tirthankar Bhagwan in their last life, physically they did not have anything to do, wash clothes, conquer countries, conquer enemies outside. They were only mastering the state of being. And then all these karmas and kashais got conquered. They did not conquer them, they got conquered. So passive voice is very important over here. So here they are telling कि जिस प्रकार in that Gyayak Bhav there is no gati, jati, karma, kashai. In the same way, in the determination of this Krambadha Paryay, there is no gati, jati, karma, kashai, kaya, maya. That is the real Purusharth. And such people who know this Gyayak Bhav, applying the Krambadha Paryay, will have only one or two bhav. And those two bhav also he remains, they are his geya. They are not the cause of his anxiety. That is what is told over here. So, very important line on page number 112. अपनी मति में क्रमबद्ध की व्यवस्था को व्यवस्थित करना ही सच्चा पुरुषार्थ है. अपनी मति मतलब in our ज्ञान, in our buddhi, Whatever is vyavasthit, vyavasthit matlab in an order. In the whole universe, everything is happening according to a krambad order, and everything is in order. Why don't we accept it? Why do we have that big ego which wants to correct things in the world? So you dilute that ego, aham. What manifests is the arham. That requires purushartha. That is the real purushartha. But we don't understand that this as purushartha. From the material world, externally it appears that he is lazy. But internally, what purushartha is happening, only he can know, or his Paramatma can know, or a Gyanis can know. Nobody else can. So I will say spiritually selfish, materially selfless. Like that, spiritually active, materially indolent, inactive. आप देखो कितना पुरुषार्थ लगता है materially inactive होने में. Up 10 minutes also you can't sit in meditation. Your mind will take you from there and get you inclined to doing material things. Okay, dear. Chalo. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very, very important interview. All of you read and enjoy. You have any questions? Bring it to the class. Yes, anything else, dear?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
No, no
Ma'am,
Gandhar. My
there was
Tirthankar and going empty. No Gandhar.
Ma'am, I can do the Gandhar today.
Karo. Kaun hai? Who is this I?
Ma'am, I just switching the video. Minoti.
Huh?
Minoti.
I का नाम क्या है?
Minoti.
Minoti. Yes, Minoti. आ जाओ. क्या topic?
Yeah. So, ma'am, mine is absence of miseries in the liberated state. So that is Mokshmarg Prakash, the Moksh Sukh. Yeah. So, Ms. I'll just say, in the Siddh or the liberated state, due to absence of more, desire ends, and so does misery. For example, when we want to see some object, we want to know by seeing, by touch, by taste, by words, by odor. But now, he knows all sorts of taste, touch, words of the whole universe at all times. So there is no desire. In the Siddh state, there is no body. So as there is no body, all the knowing happens through the mind and not through the senses. Knowing through the mind, one knows very
Through the mind, through the Atma.
Okay, through
Knowing is happening through the Atma, not through the mind.
okay, yes, through the Atma. Okay. So in the mundane state, ma'am, there is contact between the senses and the objects. Whereas in the Siddha state, knowing happens in spite of the objects being far away. The mundane rational being wants to know about the past and the future, but the Siddh knows from infinite time. Nothing remains unknown, so there is no desire. Also, we have some perverse beliefs. We have some passions that are there. Whereas in the Siddh state, there is no misbelief and there are no passions, as everything is destroyed. So the Siddh is considered higher than the Siddh state is considered the highest. So even Lord Indra bows down to them. So thus there is nothing left to desire. There's nothing left to achieve. The Siddh don't perform charity. They don't have to do any such punya, pap. So this is the question, that arises, that why the Siddh don't need to perform any charity or do any punya. But punya, charity, all this is treatment to the disease. So when there is no disease, there is no need for treatment. Due to aghati karma, like Vedniya karma, Nam karma, Gotra karma, Ayushya karma, we feel distressed. But in the Siddh state, since there is no body, there is no hunger, there is no disease, there is no birth, there is no death, there is no desire for any status, there is no Ayushya, so there is no age determining karma. So thus there is no desire or there is no fear of death. So thus it is a state of pure bliss. Ma'am?
Yes, Minoti. Yes,
Yeah.
Minoti. Good,
Yeah,
Minoti.
ma'am.
Good, good.
Ma'am, so this is what, my, that is why
Yes.
there is absence of miseries in the Siddh or the liberated state.
Good, good, good. You have understood things correctly. And thank you.
Yeah.
I give you good marks. So how Anant Shakti manifests, you have to read these pages again and again to
Okay.
understand.
Right.
Yes, anybody else? Can you give me the response for today's class? What are the 3 takeaways? Why do you have to beg after every class?
Okay, ma'am.
Not just Minoti, everybody. Minoti, are you comfortable with the classes? Are you
Absolutely,
learning?
ma'am.
Are you
Yes,
able to
ma'am.
follow the class?
Yeah, I'm able to follow, ma'am. My because of some professional commitments, I'm not able to do Swadhyay. I'm realizing other people are doing a lot much more, but I'm trying, ma'am. So it's just like baby steps because I have a lot of professional commitments during the week. So maybe I'm not that great at managing the time.
Yeah. This Tuesday, I'm starting a new batch of Parmagam,
Okay.
Hindi. So you can please recommend all your near and dear ones to join for the Tuesday batch. I've sent the details on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, ma'am.
Sunday group, I've sent it. You can look at it and you can recommend people. Each one inspire one.
Right.
Yes. What are the 3 takeaways from today's class? Quickly. All gone for breakfast, huh? Sunday morning breakfast. Sarvana Bhavana. What, Malar madam? Ram sir, where are you?
Ma'am, I think that this class has given me a lot more clarity about Kramabadha Paryay. Especially the standout point for me was the decision making, which was my confusion all the while. So it's really helped me to understand it in more better terms. The other factor was, although we've been talking about the 5 samvayas all the time, I think with the way it has manifested or it has been blended with the Kramabadha Paryay, it has come up more clear with this particular class. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I'll just tell you one thing. As you were talking, I just saw outside. I'm sitting, this is my window over here, and this is my things outside, and a lot of pigeons were sitting over there. And
Yeah.
immediately I applied the Kramabadha Paryay. So this pigeon is my gay right now. But I am Gyan. I'm only a knower. So in my Chetana, the image of the pigeon is reflected. I'm seeing
Right.
that image.
Right.
And I remain a knower and seer.
Yeah.
So then I don't have ragdvesh with what I see.
Yeah.
So I'm pursuing the Gyan, then Gyan becomes Samyak Gyan.
Yeah.
And then doing this, then I get the exact experience of the Gyayak from where this Gyan Paryay is coming. So that is
Right.
Samyak Gyan. And I absorb in it Samyak Charitra. I never come out of it Samyak Tap.
Yeah.
Like that, we have to keep applying, and not get
Right.
carried away by what we know and we see. So just as we cannot see our nose, looking there, you have to look here. So all Tirthankar Bhagwan have Nasagra Drishti. They are actually seeing the Gyayak Bhav and not getting carried away by what they know and they see. Okay, dear?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, it makes sense, no? Jainism makes sense.
A lot of sense.
Also, ma'am, the example, for Purusharth, always, although we know, that everything is Kramabadha Paryay, the importance of Purusharth you explained very well in today's class.
Yes, dear. Maybe all.
Ma'am, I just want to share something. Yesterday, I was, for a change, I saw a TV serial where I was seeing some altu-faltu stuff where the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. I was just thinking that, if that mother-in-law was only observing and seeing, knowing and seeing and not reacting to it, by say 6 months, she just sees and this thing. After that, she probably will find that just seeing also is quite a big burden, and she will not know it actually. And all conflicts will be in the household can be solved by that. Just by being a knower and a seer, and not a and being a karta. It's only because she reacts to that knowledge of what she sees that the problem starts actually.
Very good, Shobha madam. That reminds me that we should all learn to respond rather than react. So Krambad Paryay helps you to give a response in Vitarag Bhav to whatever you know and see, and don't react to what you know and see. Really, that requires Purusharth. Very good.
Yeah.
Very well. Okay, three people have given me the feedback.
Yeah, ma'am, I just had one thing.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I just reading about Kambat, I really liked the the contents.
Thank you. One second. Please repeat.
No, I've read the entire chapters of all the chapters of Kambat Paryay, and tried to apply a few things in day-to-day life. While it is difficult, it's very easy for us to forget whatever we are doing. And what I realized, it really works like magic. Especially the kartutva bhav, that I am a doer. All that immediately it starts reducing.
Very.
Yeah, so that is something which is really working like magic. And I would encourage everyone to just keep on internalizing whatever we are doing it, and even if we apply 2 or 3% of whatever we are doing, I think it really helps in improving our lives.
Very good. Put it all this in your journal so that after 5 years, 10 years, you read, you again live that experience. Put it in your, you should have the habit of writing, journaling what you read and learn and reflect, that will give you more Sagarvara Gambhira.
And we also become a little less judgmental about things.
Very,
so it really
you become more alert, you become more wise. You have a very matured response to events and things that happen. You let go. That is real Uttama Kshama will manifest. Uttam Kshama Gun will manifest. All the Das Lakshan will manifest. All the Das Lakshan will start manifesting.
Yeah, even on all this that you mentioned, that if you control Ras Indriya, the rest of the Indriyas, we can control them. I just recollect a video that I saw yesterday about a person who is a fruitarian. He lives only on fruits.
Wow.
And he's been doing it for a while now. And he mentioned that his patience, endurance, tolerance, all has increased significantly, after he's really shifted to being a fruitarian.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So your food and your mind and your soul are all connected. And that is why in Jainism, you have so much of talk about food and sattvic diet. But what Parna thing and all is followed outside is all corrupt practice of the real Jainism, not the real practice. I can give you so many examples where they are doing this Varshitap and wrong way of Parna and they are falling sick. They don't have Swadhyay, they don't have naturopathy, they fall sick. Then they give up the Upvas thing itself. They are scared of it.
Yeah.
That is not correct. That is not correct. I'm happy that I'm able to integrate Jainism and my nature cure things and take myself to another level and help you all. Okay. I would like to share one news with all of you. I've been invited by the Vatican, Rome, to represent Jainism in the month of January. My e-tickets have also come. Now I'm applying for the visa, university permission, everything that will fall in place. So 4 days, it's a women's conference on topics are given. So I have to prepare and that's it.
Congratulations.
Very proud of you, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yeah, very proud of you, ma'am.
Ma'am, congratulations.
We are blessed to know you, ma'am, and you are
Thank you.
spending time with us. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thank you. I just wish
Amazing.
They've invited the correct person to represent the faith, ma'am. Take them on.
They are lucky, ma'am. They are lucky.
Sure.
Yeah, I wanted to share one more thing. So my husband was very happy about this invite, and then he said, okay, we'll visit some. We always had a dream of going to Europe, to Australia, to Japan, so all the continents, you know. So I've been to US 3 times. I've been to Hong Kong, Thailand, London. So Europe, somewhere it was there. Japan is there. Australia is there. Africa is there. So now after reading so much of Jainism, I have given up all these fancy thoughts. Ab koi desire hi nahi hai. And I'll give you the practical application of it. Ki now because of my worship, I've become more introvert inclined. So अभी बाहर जाने से डर लगता है. वे बाहर गए तो और कर्म बंधेंगे, नहीं जाना अपने को, कम करो, minimize. So then it's going to be peak winter also. First thing. Second, worship also. Third, my mind also, which is telling me no. अभी वहां जाना जरूरी है, invite है, represent करना है, so जाना है. Otherwise वहां भी नहीं जाना है. Even though that invite has come, I have no rag, I have no pride, I have no ego, I am sahaj. Then, okay, then my husband said, we'll go to Paris, we'll go to Spain, we'll go to these 4 countries also and come. They're sponsoring your trip, I'll sponsor my trip, we'll go and come. And then I said, look, with my Varshita, I'm not going to wander anywhere. No sightseeing for me. Only Atma seeing is there. So Bahar ka seeing is all dropped out for me. If you will go on your own and roam 4 countries, you come with me. Then he said, what will I do alone? I'm not coming. You go and come. So, and I'm flying over Dubai, and my student said, ma'am, you should come to Dubai. I said, for what? Then my husband said, no, giving your hard-earned money to the Muslim country. So then I said, okay, you come to Dubai. 4 days we'll stay in Dubai. You come back, I'll go there and I'll come back to the Vatican. I'll go to the Vatican and come back. So he said, no, I have no such desire. You alone go and come. So I'm not going to any other country. Whatever they show, we'll see the basilica, the museums, whatever it is, they'll be our host. I'll do my best, and internally I'll try to catch up with my books and Swadhyay over there also. That is the mindset after reading all this.
Ma'am, don't leave Abhayji behind and go. Take him along.
I'll send him to Vartaman, sir. Let him give him some.
No. He must see the Vatican and the Sistine Chapel and all.
Let's see how it works out. See, mine is everything sponsored by them. No, just to go to the Vatican, who is going to spend 1.5 lakhs? Is it worth it?
Ma'am, while you are attending the conference, he will go and see.
The Vatican said they are not going to give accommodation to anybody who accompanies me. Either you stay with your husband, you stay with your participant. That much also they are not going to bear. So is it worth it to spend 1.5?
Most rooms don't care whether you have one more person in the room, ma'am. You're not paying any extra. You just take them.
No, they'll be putting us with some participants, so they're not going to allow, you know, they have their own memorandum to follow. So if he comes, I told him, you go around the country, and there it will be very early sunset and snow time. So all things will close very early. So what is the point? All these
it's
things.
Not so bad in Italy,
somewhere
ma'am.
deep down, I feel. Huh?
Italy is warmer than the rest of Europe. You shouldn't leave him behind.
Okay, it's not that I will leave him and he will come with me in Krambat. He's doing something. What he's going to do, that's his wish. I'll tell you one more thing. When I'd been to Guwahati for Paryushan lectures, the people there told you should visit Shillong, you know. They were insisting, and we were all like one big, me and Kaushalya madam had gone. So we were all on another trip of spiritual level. So we said, what? And she said she has seen Shillong. I said, for me, why to go? No need to go. And today also I regret why I didn't go to Shillong. Not regret actually, but somewhere there, you know. So what happens in the flow? If in your Krambat it is there to go, you will go. If it is not there, you won't go. So it was not there in my Krambat to go to Shillong. So I did not take the call. Nahi to abhi chala ke Shillong to jana hota nahi hai na. You had been to Guwahati, so just hop to Shillong and come back. It would have just taken 1 day. But then that time we could not make it. It was a long journey. We took 15 days to go and come back. We traveled by train and flight and all those things. So what? Let us see how things work out. I'll keep your thing in mind, Shobha madam.
Come next month, ma'am. I'll take you around Shillong. I'm going to stay there for 1 month actually.
It will be winter and my Varshita, I don't want to take a chance.
कुछ
Some
नहीं
other
होता,
time,
ma'am.
I would
You
have
got
taken
so
your
much of
advice.
you got so much of immunity. Don't worry, nothing will happen.
No, but I have lot of commitments for my Christmas vacation. I have to get my house painted, which is asking for some maintenance for the past 1 year, 10 years ho gaya. So I'll take up that time. And then 3 days ka shivir hai, Adoni mein for 400 women. I told you, no, Sahibjis are learning Tatwar Sutra. So they're all leaving tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So they said you have to come for that shivir. And all those Sahibjis want to do MA Genealogy. So that is one big thing. Yeah. So, yeah, so I'm committed again to them. So these things, no, I don't have any social family commitments. My vacation also goes off in such things only.
So we leave it to Krambat Paryay, ma'am.
That's all.
Kesara Sara. Whatever will happen, will happen.
Yeah, definitely. I
Take
would
a
like to
great-
meet Abhinandan. I would like to meet more. I would like to meet Abhinandan more than visit Shillong. Okay. Chalo. Anyway, thanks for the invite. Thank you so much. You thought about Abhay and about me. And I would like to sign off at this note. निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना शतबार। जय जिनेन्द्र, धन्यवाद।
Jai
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Thank you,
Jai Jinendra.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Jai Jinendra.